Hi! Hello everyone, welcome back to Roseman's Mandarin Garden. Do you notice anything different about me today? I bought this dress specifically for today's special episode. Today's topic is about romance, profound emotions, and love. I felt it deserved something special. I suppose most Western viewers would describe Chinese as a nation Eastern language with a very distinctive pronunciation and a script that looks difficult and mysterious, right? Now you might have missed the preliminary perception of this language, but you cannot truly see it yet. I promise you, if you keep going a little further, you will discover a beauty and a romance that are almost impossible to put into words. In my view, classical Chinese, especially its poetry, possesses an elegance, a conciseness, and a remarkable depth in exploring human emotions that modern Chinese simply cannot match. Today's episode is a journey into pure romance. From the vast sea of Chinese poetry, I have selected 12 of the most representative expressions that best reveal the unique beauty of the Chinese language. These 12 lines and phrases are household quotations in China. Some of them have gone beyond the literature and become part of everyday language. Whenever people want to describe emotion, these are the lines that naturally come to mind. Ancient Chinese people rarely said the word love explicitly, yet between the lines you could still feel deep affection, restraint, longing, and devotion. Number 12. 人生若只如初见，何事秋风悲画扇。This verse means that if everything in life could remain as beautiful at the very first moment we met, there would be no room for later coldness or betrayal. The literal meaning of the second half is, why must the autumn wind bring grief to the beautiful painted fan? It uses historical allusion to a discarded imperial concubine in the Han Dynasty. Here, the grief of the fan serves as a metaphor for being abandoned and neglected. Nalan Xingde, the author, was a Qing Dynasty aristocrat living during the reign of Emperor Kangxi, and he passed away from illness at a very young age of 31. He was a sensitive man by nature. His poems are filled with loneliness, melancholy, and regret. His beloved wife died in childbirth after only 3 years of marriage. Later, he met a soulmate, but she was Han Chinese. Back then, in the Qing Dynasty, the ruling Manchus forbade Manchu Han intermarriage, so that relationship also ended in tragedy. Interestingly, this poem was not written for a lover, but for one of Nalan's former close friends. He adopted the voice of heartbroken woman using romantic separation as a metaphor for the painful estrangement of one's close friendship. It expresses his idealized pursuit of a pure, eternal relationship. The first half of this line, 人生若只如初见, is quoted far more often. So many times we wish we could freeze the most beautiful moment right at the beginning. Number 11. 问世间情为何物，直教生死相许。What exactly is love that it can make all living things willingly entrust their lives and deaths to one another? Have you ever wondered what love is or why people die for it? That is the same question that troubled the young poet Yuan Haowen. There is a deeply moving story behind the lyric. When Yuan Haowen was young, he met a goose hunter. The hunter told him that he had shot and killed a wild goose that day. And then something fascinating happened. The other goose managed to break through the night, but instead of fleeing, it flew overhead, wailing in grief, and then committed suicide to follow its mate. Deeply moved and shocked, Yuan Haowen bought the two birds from the hunter, buried them together, and wrote this lyric poem. This line is frequently quoted by later generations because it beautifully captures the absolute purity and devotion in love. The first half is a question, 问世间情为何物? What is love? In the second part, 直教生死相许, bring souls to vow lifelong devotion. There is no explicit subject in the original text. In Chinese culture, we believe that all things have a soul or spirit. Even wild birds can die for their partner. Yuan Haowen lived through the turbulent transition between the Qin and Yuan dynasties. He is regarded as the writer who presents the pinnacle of Qing Dynasty literature beyond this universally known romantic elegy, because he witnessed the fall of the Qing Dynasty and was imprisoned for several years. His poem serves as a historical record of the cruelty of war and the misery of the common people. Number 10. 众里寻他千百度，蓦然回首，那人却在灯火阑珊处。In the bustling, noisy crowds in the Lantern Festival, a man searches for his lover desperately, thousands of times. Then, quite by chance, he turns his head only to find that she was been there all along, standing in that quiet, lonely corner where the lights are dim. You can understand this as a reflection on love, that a true soulmate is often found in the places we overlook the most. Or it can be viewed as a state of life. That which you seek so frantically will only reveal itself when you finally return to your true self. The Song Dynasty was a very unique period in Chinese history. When we talk about it, it might seem like the only difference between the Song and the preceding Han or Tang dynasties was only a change in rulers. In reality, during the Song era, several other ethnic minority regimes coexisted. The Song dynasty boasted a flourishing culture and a highly developed economy, but its military was weak. After Jin Kang Zhinan, the Jin Kang incident, the northern Song fell. The Jin people occupied most of the northern territories. In fact, Yuan Haowen, whom we just mentioned, lived in the Jin-occupied territory. The Song emperor moved the capital south to Lin'an, modern-day Hangzhou, abandoning the central plains. Xin Qiji was a patriotic poet who dedicated his entire life to the dream of reclaiming the lost lands. Therefore, this love lyric is actually a metaphor. He borrowed the language of romance to express his unfulfilled political ideals, his loneliness, and his unyielding pride. Number 9. 两情若是久长时，又岂在朝朝暮暮。This line means, as long as our affection for one another is firm enough, it can withstand the test of time. We do not need to care about whether we can spend every single day together. In Chinese, 朝 is morning and 暮 is evening. 朝朝暮暮, countless mornings and evenings means every single day. This poem is actually based on the legendary love story of 牛郎织女. 织女, a heavenly maiden, married a mortal man, 牛郎. Their mismatched union ended in forced separation. But every year, on the 7th day of the 7th lunar month, countless magpies form a bridge across the sky so the lovers can meet once again. Both the folktale and this poem are household legends in China. For generations, they have moved countless young people to believe that true love can transcend social barriers and endure the passage of time. Qin Guan was a representative figure of Yue Boatman of song lyrics, and the disciple of the great literary master Su Shi, whom we will talk about next. Number 8. 十年生死两茫茫。 This lyric poem, written to the tune of Zhuangzi, is an elegy. It is brief, compact, and deeply heartfelt. On the night of the 20th day of the first lunar month in 1075, Su Shi had a dream. In this vivid dream, he met his wife Wang Fu again, who had died 10 years earlier. The next morning, he picked up his brush and wrote this poem. 十年生死两茫茫 is the opening line. 十年 establishes the time. 生死, life and death, states their condition. 茫茫 is an adjective usually describing a wild open space that is blurry and too distant to be clearly seen. Rarely does anyone use it to describe the boundary between life and death. Put together, the line means 10 years have passed. You and I, one living and one dead, are forever cut off from each other, stranded in two vast, blurry worlds. Su Shi was only 38 that year. Number 7. 此情可待成追忆，只是当时已惘然。Li Shangyin was very talented, sensitive, and delicate, giving his poetry a hazy, elusive beauty. Of his 600 surviving poems, his most famous are his love poems, which push metaphor to its limit. Strictly speaking, calling them love poems is not entirely accurate, because they are so obscure and he never left any explanation. Many of them are untitled, listed simply as 无题, no title, so we cannot know whether he was using these metaphors to speak about love or about some other kind of inner struggle. The literal meaning of this line is, those beautiful sentiments and past memories do not become precious only when we look back on them today. Even back then, when we were living right in them, they already filled the hearts with a strange, unspeakable melancholy. 惘然 is a kind of sorrow or disorientation that defies explanation. There is a Chinese saying, 举重若轻, 举重若轻, to lift heavy things as if they were light. This line works in a similar way. The tone seems light, but beneath it there is a force of sorrow that cannot be dispelled. Li Shangyin lived in the late Tang dynasties. Many people regard the Tang as the peak of classical Chinese culture, open, expansive, magnificent, a golden age people admired, praised, and longed for. Great poets like Wang Wei, Li Bai lived during its golden era. However, after Anshi Zhiluan, the Anlushan rebellion, the entire societal mood shifted drastically, and the works of literati, including Li Shangyin, turned sorrowful and mournful. Number 6. 天若有情天亦老。The greatest romantic poet of China's Tang Dynasty is usually said to be Li Bai, but if Li He had lived a few years longer, his achievements might have rivaled Li Bai's. Li He died very young at only 26, but this young man had shown extraordinary talent. His poetry is filled with strange cosmologies and fantastical splendor, which earned him the name the Poet Ghost. Ghost here doesn't mean demonic. It refers to the bizarre, magnificent, and the surreal landscapes he created using myths, legends, and eccentric language in his work. 天若有情天亦老. The literal meaning of this line is, if heaven possessed the emotion of human beings, then the sorrows of the worlds and the changes of history would wear it down into age. However, it was not originally a line about romantic love. Around the year 813, Li He resigned from office due to illness. By then, about half a century had passed since the Anlushan rebellion, and the open, glorious Tang Dynasty of collective memory was gone. Caught in the double frustration of a fading nation and a declining family, Li He wrote this poem, 金铜仙人辞汉歌. 金铜仙人辞汉歌. He used historical allusions to vent his grief over the waning strength of the Tang Dynasty and the lost Golden Age. The allusion tells of Han Wudi, Emperor Wu of the Han Dynasty, who cast a massive bronze figure in his palace. Centuries later, during the Three Kingdom periods, Wei Mingdi, Emperor Ming of Wei, ordered the bronze figure to be dismantled and moved from Chang'an to the capital Luoyang. But the statue was too heavy, the transport was difficult, and it was abandoned halfway through the journey. Li He personified the statue, rewriting this historic moment. Later, this line was widely quoted in Romance literature, turning into a poignant lament for love. Deep affection is a weight too heavy even for the cosmos to bear. Number 5. 曾经沧海难为水，除却巫山不是云。In traditional Chinese culture, love-themed poetry was never highly valued by the mainstream. However, poems of mourning occupies an important place in our tradition. When a friend or family member passes away, one writes a poem to commemorate them. As a result, many of the most profoundly moving works in Chinese poetry are elegies. The poem 江城子 by Su Shi that we just discussed is one such example, and this famous line 曾经沧海难为水，除却巫山不是云 also comes from an elegy Yuan Zhen wrote for his deceased wife. It means once one has seen the vast and restless sea, no other water can truly seem worthy of the name. Once one has seen the clouds and mist of Wushan, all other clouds appear diminished beside them. It is a near tragic way of saying that love, once truly known, becomes irreplaceable. For over 1,000 years, this line has been quoted so widely that it has transcended the realm of romance. Whenever we realize that the person, the event, or the thing we loved and care about most in life is gone forever, we look back with a sigh and say, 曾经沧海难为水，除却巫山不是云. Number 4. 青梅竹马，郎骑竹马来，绕床弄青梅。In Chinese, when we describe the innocent, pure, and carefree affection between a young boy and a young girl who grew up together without a shred of suspicion, we use the idiom 青梅竹马. The phrase is derived from the verse 郎骑竹马来，绕床弄青梅 in Li Bai's poem 长干行. Li Bai, China's great romantic poet, lived a life of unstrained freedom and wild passion. He could write something like 君不见黄河之水天上来，奔流到海不复回。天生我材必有用，千金散尽还复来。These grand, roaring proclamations. Yet he could also capture the most delicate emotions. In this poem, as he traces a woman's psychology from childhood to marriage, and finally her deep longing when her husband travels far away, he beautifully unfolds the whole life of an ordinary woman. 郎骑竹马来，绕床弄青梅. The boy came riding a bamboo horse, circling the well, playing with green plums. It means they lived close by since childhood, keeping each other company through those tender years. This is the purest starting point of human affection. No calculation of advantage, no worldly entanglements. A bamboo horse, a green plum, and each other's company, and that is happiness enough. Number 3. 山有木兮木有枝，心悦君兮君不知。 Mountains naturally have trees, and trees naturally have branches. That is something visible to everyone. Yet, though my heart secretly delights in you, you do not know it at all. This verse comes from an ancient folk song recorded in Shuoyuan by Liu Xiang in the Western Han Dynasty. It wasn't composed by a typical author, but it is beautiful and aesthetic. It uses a pun and metaphor here. In Chinese, the word 枝 for branch sounds identical to the word 知 for to know. So 树有枝, trees have branches, mirrors 君不知, but you do not know. It captures the sorrowful longing and the quiet sigh of a secret crush. The historical background of this song, Yue Ren Ge, the song of the Yue Boatman, is set in the spring and autumn periods. A prince of the state of Chu visited the state of Yue, and the local boatman wrote a song for him. Although the gender of the boatman was not recorded, given the occupation, it was likely a man. So you can interpret Yue delight here as deep, pure admiration, or view it as one of the earliest works of same-sex love in Chinese history. Number 2. 相濡以沫. This phrase comes from Zhuangzi, the philosopher of the Warring States period. In early episodes, I mentioned that although Laozi and Zhuangzi are both considered major figures of the Taoist tradition, their thought is in fact quite different. Laozi's philosophy is essentially a theory of governance, focusing on how to respond to the real world. Zhuangzi, by contrast, stands far outside the world. Compared to the vastness of the universe, human beings are so small and insignificant. The original meaning of 相濡以沫 reflected their thoughts. It described two fish on the verge of death, using their last bits of moisture to keep the other alive. Zhuangzi's original point was that fish shouldn't be on dry lands in the first place. They belong in the boundless waters. In his eyes, letting go of obsession and returning to nature is the most ideal state. But paradoxically, later generations turned the meaning almost completely on its head. Today, we usually use the phrase to praise devoted couples who support one another through hardship, sharing adversity and life's burdens, each willing to sacrifice for the other. Human relations, family, and duty, which Confucian thought emphasizes, have long been the dominant tradition of our society. Combined with the sheer emotional resonance of this phrase, later generations injected a brand new interpretation into it based on their own ideals. Number 1. 执子之手，与子偕老. "3,000 years ago, during the Zhou Dynasty, China was experiencing the golden age of its feudal system. The Zhou nobility were required to master 6 fixed curricula: 诗、书、易、礼、乐、春秋, with 诗 being one of them. Though called 诗 poems, they were actually lyrics sung by common people across different regions. To turn on unfamiliar lands into one's own realm, force alone was not enough. One had to understand the local people and their customers. Gathering folk songs were therefore a sensible and effective method. The lyrics in Shi Jing, the book of songs, came from precisely such a world. 生死契阔，与子成说，执子之手，与子偕老. In life or death, separated or united, to you I made a vow, I hold your hands, and will grow old together with you. The lyrics, in truth, were not written for wives or lovers, but for fellow soldiers. The line expressed the bond between soldiers marching into battle together, a vow of comrades in arms facing life and death side by side. Yet, as time drifted by, these oaths born on the bloody battlefield between comrades transformed into the most widely repeated, most simple, and most romantic declaration of love in the Chinese language. The ultimate destination of romance, after all, is nothing more than this simple promise: 执子之手，与子偕老. Throughout our previous lesson, I've always emphasized that Chinese is a language that relies heavily on understanding, perception, and context to convey meaning. One could criticize it for lacking precision, but perhaps that reflects the very values of our ancestors. Precision is not an absolute given. It is shaped by circumstances. A single word or sentence standing alone cannot bear the whole weight of truth. And it is precisely that openness, that elasticity, that give Chinese its poetry, as we have seen in these expressions today. Well, that brings us to the end of today's romantic journey. Thank you so much for watching. Out of all the touching lines we introduced, which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. If you would like to study the Chinese language and culture more systematically, you're welcome to book a one-on-one lesson with me. You can also download various Chinese learning materials for free on my Ko-fi page. If you enjoyed this lesson, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Your support means a lot to me. See you next time. Bye. 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 人生若只如初见，何事秋风悲画扇。大家看我这把扇子很漂亮，是不是？很古典，很有中国韵味。这个扇子呢，叫做腰扇，也叫做丈日。丈日就是这样的意思，因为它的扇面比较大，所以除了用来扇风，还可以用来遮阳、遮雨。那为什么叫做腰扇呢？大家看这把扇子的中心，它是固定在这根竹柄上的，所以它打开的时候是这样子的。那如果不用的时候呢，就可以这样折起来，随身携带啦，你就可以绑在腰上，所以叫做腰扇。推荐给大家我们中国的腰扇。